Oof.
Find the
As we're making
proper
our way
music.
back,
Yes.
Caradoc will just quickly mention in Eulonian, Eva, if you have a moment later, I would like a word.
She turns to you with a quizzical look on her face and responds in kind. Now's as good a time as any. What's on your mind?
Well, I mentioned later in case you'd want privacy, but it's entirely up to you, I suppose.
She smiles. I'm not much of a private individual, Caradoc, so speak out.
I shall. I noted earlier when we pointed out that you were instrumental to our success, that there was a frustration. You looked flustered for a second.
Oh. She looks away and sort of brushes some of her hair on her face. I'm not one for compliments. I believe, well, kind words are appreciated, but our actions speak better for us.
Especially when the factual statement of the objective truth,
Exactly.
which is what they were.
Oh. Thou hast caught me. I appreciate it. I was always told by my sister that I have, she thinks of how to say it, older sister complex. I'm first to bear burdens and least expected to get compliments back, and it shows. And then, of course, I give her her own in kind, but I can't deny she is right on some marks.
In some ways, my sister's the same. She's a few years my senior.
Pray tell, where is she?
Back home in Eulonia at the inn, most likely
She nods
mixing
at
up some remedy with grandfather.
that. I'd like to see Lion hometown. I must admit, I've never properly stepped foot in Eulonia, but I've heard so much about it.
I think we should, if we can manage to sort this gesture at the city at large, we should head that direction. You were looking for.
Yes.
They may have passed through. Casa Rosa is frequented by many.
I shall hold thee to that offer, Caradoc. But for now, I believe she looks in direction of Raya. We have, what is this expression? Bigger fish to fry.
We certainly do. And
She
you're
chuckles.
welcome to. There is one more thing I wanted to ask you. Grim business, actually.
Her expression shifts.
During the skirmish with the cannibal, I noticed a change in your expression.
She looks startled, surprised, curious. What do you mean?
I've seen the same expression on the person who saved my life during that encounter with the...
Aberrant.
Yes. The cold calculus of war.
She thinks for a moment. I suppose that would be my father's tutelage left upon me.
I do wish to point out that I do not mean to bring this up in any sort of negative light. I do not mean to criticize.
No,
Just
no.
merely seek to understand.
Worry not. I didn't think that were casting judgment on me. She gets a sort of nostalgic, reminiscent look on her face, looking off towards the sky. I just remember my father's lessons fondly. And all the travels we did, he was strict, but sure that my sister and I would be able to handle ourselves. And as much as he respected my mother's side, she chuckles quietly to herself. He would say that, she stops for a moment, he would damn his honor if it made sure his girls were safe in the world.
I'm trying to read her. Does it just to Fred? It sounds as if she's talking about him past tense, as if he's dead.
Roll insight. See, 25. Ooh. It's an interesting scenario. She doesn't know that he's dead, but it's been a while since she's seen him. And as capable as she believes her father to be, the road is not a safe place. So, perhaps she tells herself that he's already gone so that she might be more delighted to see him alive, or to take the sting out of any pain. Come to the acceptance now versus be ignorantly bliss.
He sounds like a good man.
She nods. He is. Perhaps fate will be kind, and thou shalt have the chance to meet him.
It would be my honor. There's always hope in the world for good men. At least I think so.
I assure you, he is rather brusque.
Candid, refreshing.
Blunt, and one might say cold-hearted, but he means well in the end. He just stares and goes quiet, lost in memories. And you guys continue on your travels.
When
Yes.
we're kind of getting close,
Mhm.
Denver will eventually close to the spire. Denver will be walking next to Mina.
Mhm.
Once we get back, you're going to take that rest, right?
She just sort of scoffs. All of you can hear it. I don't know, sis. Depends on if the path, she says, looking at Fias' direction, adds that out for me.
Certainly hope no emergencies come up. Again.
Yeah, we'll see. But he just sort of stops for a moment. It's good to stay busy.
It's good to stay busy, but it's better to stay rested.
There will be no rest for the wicked, sis.
And you're wicked? What does that make me?
Roll insight. All of you listening can roll insight.
Motherfucker!
Jen, calm down. What the fuck?
Another 20 for Jen. Good job.
You know what? I want to know Champion of Fate.
Damn, so many
Everyone busting
tones.
these tomes on. Everyone be boasting all the tomes.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Garth is like, look what they must do to mimic a portion of
I'm not saying it. You can say it. If I say it, it's jinxing it. Go for it, though.
You say whatever you want.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm not buzzing.
Let's see, champion. Okay.
Might
You
as
called in
well.
champion fate, so I'll cost a 2,000 persuasion check as well that you can succeed on.
Oh,
Those of you that got, I guess all of you except Hawk, because Denver, you champion fated it. She picked her words.
teehee.
Well, she didn't purposely pick her words to be rest for the wicked, but the way she chuckled at it is like a gallows humor sort of chuckle. She genuinely believes she is one of those wicked. Your question back to her was, what does that make me? Whatever it is, sis, you're better than me. Trust me. You don't get an eye like this. And she points at her eye that glows for a moment, that evil eye she has, without making an offense.
Without making what?
An offense.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever tell me the story of how you got that, I'll make my own judgments.
Yeah.
I think
Ask me when I'm rested and got a drink in me.
will do. You don't mind company while you rest, do you? I don't plan on sleeping, but I can work quiet enough. I just need some more quiet in turn.
She thinks for a moment. I think I'd want to be alone, sis. Had a lot of things happen this past couple of days. Need a place to meditate.
Just give a nod. Rooftop it is.
Sure. So, you guys make your way back to the spire. Alright, roll me some encounter roll. No, it's fucking a few guys.
What is that normally? A D12?
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Can I get some cultists?
Garth,
I think
no!
that's
He's gone to the deck.
You guys, make it back to the spire unassailed. Don't you worry.
I'm worried.
And as you guys get back, you guys are immediately called to the captain. Because, well, she just wants to know what happened. She wants to debrief. And she also says she has some good news for you guys.
We have good news for her.
She doesn't tell you yet. The guardsman that sends for you tells you that. So,
For
You're
some
telling me you
reason,
want to
I
talk to
went,
Captain Lois in
"She's got
disguise?
good news." They found Justin Crow's daughter.
we did.
I thought they were on the same. I'm like, wait, what?
Then you know whoever that person is a fucking liar.
All right, get the guns.
like a fucking gold digger of a serial killer. Was our fucking. I impersonated a missing person, but my dad turned out to be a serial killer.
The aberrant was the daughter all along.
In a
Oh my
fantasy
God.
world?
In a
In the fantasy world.
Gone wrong, gone sexual, 3 a.m.
So,
Is this the real life?
Died and woke
Well,
up in the
so.
middle of a plague.
so,
Oh my god.
ba ba ba.
Wow.
You guys make your way back to Captain Lois in her captain's quarters. And as you guys get there, you guys can see that there's a bit of an increased guard presence around. You guys enter in. You guys are ushered in even. You guys can hear the captain's thickly accented free roamer voice through the door. You know, whatever she's talking about, she's not angry. She's just very animated, very passionate and energetic about the matter, whatever it might be. Whereas the people who she's talking to are a pale, polar, rather, opposite of what she's saying. They look like, well, this.
Motherfucker. That's a. What the Dark Souls is this?
All the guardsmen have the same armor set. Well, aside from Captain Lois and the medics. So that's where we're sitting at right now, she says, and then she catches you out of the corner. Perfect timing! She gestures you guys to come closer. These are the ones I was telling you about. The individual who is stand prim, proper arms, tucked behind his back, turns glacial to look at you. To those in the Blackwash, just imagine Captain Corvallis or something. I don't know. Lois meets you guys halfway. I take it from the fact that you guys are back with your... She says, looking at you, friend, things went well. Tell me what happened. Is that what you guys do?
Do we?
No. Keep it succinct. Followed a bugbear to Murmur Row. Killed it. Found out what was happened to people at Murmur Row. These two could tell you.
Killed
She
it.
She says, look. She turns and looks at the two guardsmen who you indicated, who, aside from their wear and tear and exhaustion, wouldn't look any different than any other guardsmen. They salute her. Back from patrol, ma'am. She gets this, like, aghast look on her face. And she begins ordering people around to do a medical check on them ASAP. And she debriefs with you guys exactly what happened. Every detail. Do you guys spare her any? She assures you that she's seen lots of twisted stuff in the free realms during her time with the Sisters of the Steps. So she doesn't have to hold back. But do you guys?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have a reason to. If anything, we want to tell her more so we can see if she
Yeah.
knows a specialist to go check to make sure everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be anything to hold
Don't
back.
spare the details on the aberrant, anything like that. Yeah.
He fucking
Okay.
ate people, dude.
Well, this is going to be an interesting thing. Because, by all accounts, Denver's not queered. Just because you saw that thing go away, it was in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
Shit,
that'll be
yeah.
something for next session and later.
Yep.
Later qualms. Later quandaries.
Oh no, quadrates! Conflict in my D&D campaign?
I know, right?
More
Crazy.
likely than you think.
You can tell that the guardsmen present, the medics present, listening, the renegades listening, I'll just call them, all have varying responses to finding out Justin was the culprit behind Murmur Row. Others are disgusted, others are startled and surprised, disappointed in their own vigil, angry.
Excuse you.
But despite all of that, it's only Lois's renegades that seem to be, well, perturbed or affected by this. Whereas the guardsmen you guys don't recognize, in slightly darker kit, lighter kit, I might add, and so on, are very, very disciplined, strict, and unaffected by any of this news. And their leader, particularly so.
Who's their leader?
I wonder.
After getting the contents from you guys, Lois has one of the scribes, the assistants that she has her go away. And just sort of forlornly chuckles. You guys all did good work. Especially finding out what's up in Murmur. Then she turns her gaze over to you, Denver. We'll have to give you a checkup of a different sort once we figure out how to do it. In the meantime, we're not all fucking dead yet, so that's a win. She looks over to you, Hawk. Introductions. She met you guys halfway, but now she brings you guys fully into the interior of the room and brings you over to the cadre of darker trimmed guardsmen. Believe you're all looking for him. Oh, this is your oh so folklorically mythical Captain Harmon.
Oh!
This is like teasing sort of jaunty energy as she says it. He is not amused.
Has this man known happiness in his life?
You had to ask him.
I'm afraid.
Do you know where he's from?
I have a solid idea. Do you know where he's from, Hawk?
Tell me,
Oh, it's from
Falk.
Haskell.
What? Nothing.
Falk
Falk of Haskell.
Herman of Haskell.
Favorite game.
Herman of
Anyways. Well, go on then. You gotta keep your helmet on the whole meeting. You are very, very persistent, Lois. Nah, I'm nothing else. He begins to slowly move his arm and begin undoing certain fasteners on his helmet, pulling back the hood, and revealing his visage.
Man, it's old as hell.
Yep, that's a
Yeah.
German.
Badass.
Yep, that's the.
I'm Captain Hellman. He turns to address all of you. And I was told you are looking for me.
I think as he turns to address us, Hawk sort of, he normally has a very slouchy posture, but under the captain's gaze, he does straighten up quite noticeably, and he reaches up and pulls his mask down, hands folded behind his back. He says, "Yes, sir. It was in regards to hostilities between your guardsmen and the Ventorians to the north, as well as a personal matter that can wait."
A personal matter.
Yes, sir.
There was a war on. Does your personal matter trumps this war?
No, sir.
He stares at you for several long moments. It doesn't ever let up until Lois cuts in. Alright, Herman, come on. Stop giving him the... what you call it? The degree. You just got here. I'm sure you'll be keen on acquainting yourself with my spire. I would. And I would like to improve your security. Improve it. There are no guards on the roof. What is the best vantage point and you did not use it? Either to be sniped at, I would argue, or do the sniping back. Lois. She looks past him at his guardsman. Your bro is a better marksman than mine. Put him up there. That was the plan. He turns on his heel. You heard the captain. You. He addresses 4 individuals. You are the first to watch. He points at 4 others. You'll be the second. They nod. We can make their way. Don't let the color palette change or fool you. These guys are different. Oh, it doesn't say their name when I do that. That's lame. What if I do this? There you go.
Renegade honor guard.
They are different than Lois's guardsmen.
Yeah,
They are more experienced and more lethal.
Herman Lannister.
Herman Lannister.
A Herman always pays his debts.
No. That initial security detail aside, he turns around and addresses you guys again. Lois tells me you believe our time here is fleeting.
Rapidly. Less than a week at this rate.
Mm. And what illuminates you to such?
Who's here now? Common soldiers or just the captains?
A lot of boots around here.
I think Hawk will just phrase it as sir, it would sound like a tall tale.
Then speak it. I am not from the Free Realms. The men are. Your tall tales might sound tall to me, or it might sound like folklore to them. I've learned multiple times now that such stories are to be taken seriously.
And where to begin?
And that's where we end session.
Where to begin?
No, yeah, just tell them about how the spores are gonna encompass the whole city and swallow their Newman whole and kill it.
I'm happy you said swallow. That is what their faction is called in my notes.
The Swallowers.
Yes. The Sun
Cutthroat
Swallowers Forsworn.
Sun Swallowers Forsworn.
Not Swallower, Sun Swallower Forsworn.
No, say it again.
Sun
Singular.
Swallower Forsworn, not
Sun
possessive.
One more time?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking ass.
Boom, get bypassed.
You were trying to find like a third word that starts with S so bad, weren't you?
No, not particularly. I just want Sun Swallowers.
The
it's a nice
fiery throat
image.
goats.
I think it's a nice image watching a literal star get taken down by plague. Sounds like some 40k shit.
The Sun Swallower, or the SS for short.
Indeed.
Oh no.
Yes.
No, they have an F. They're SSF.
And then Herman's like, over. Ayo.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing that you
Wait,
guys
wait,
did,
let's just cook.
Actually, one last thing. If you're trained in medicine, roll me your medicine. If you're not trained in medicine, you could roll extra advantage.
I would
All right.
to.
Oh, there we go. Let's say, all right, then for all you.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Nice.
It didn't matter in a way. That's good. Yeah, it didn't matter on that one either. So that's
Medicine at disadvantage, you said?
fair. Yes, sir. I'd say you can roll straight. But it didn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
What happened?
That could have been pretty good.
Oh, I'll use Flash of Genius.
Bit far off for that one, mate. Okay, well, it looks like Denver. It's only you. Which would track? I will tell you this to Denver. He is an old man. He technically has a negative con mod.
Nice.
Oh.
It is a good thing you guys dealt with the bugbear, or else you guys wouldn't have had Captain Herman for that long.
Oh no!
Oh.
No.
It's common bugbear tactic to assassinate leadership.
Mhm.
And I would say Herman chief amongst it. Yeah.
I mean,
I think Herman is probably technically
given
weaker
everything.
than his guardsmen in terms of HP.
But its presence
But smarter.
built different.
He is absolutely smarter.
Be very
That's
afraid of an old
interesting.
warrior.
The honor guardsmen actually
No.
have an ability which they,
Mm.
once per battle, they can mark either a location as like a hold the line front, or they can mark a target for execution. Herman, one of his abilities is he can just keep dishing those out. It's not once per battle. He can just keep issuing execution orders.
Makes sense.
But that's only if he's in a fight, right? Yeah, congratulations, you guys did it. You guys found wahaha, you found me.
He put his little smiley face helmet back on.
Yeah.
It's my favorite helmet from
I
Dark Souls
really
3.
like this art because one, it makes him menacing as all fuck. Two, you can see like there's like fire everywhere, which is
Yes.
good for
Mhm.
Bellcaster.
Mhm.
And he doesn't have the background because he's not from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's not from here, so he doesn't get the background. He gets the same kit though. I spent so long looking for art for him. Not this
Yeah,
one,
great one.
but the old man one.
Right.
There's so much AI art, and they all look shit.
So Crash,
like-
you know, finding, or rather, having this meeting finally occur,
I know
combat
yes.
against an aberrant, that's a pretty big milestone. Just
I fucking know.
I think we're
I
really
fucking knew
making
that's what
waves
he
in the
was
world.
gonna say.
He's
I
right.
was actually
you
bringing
know.
that up. I was actually bringing that up last week. I don't remember who was in the call. I think it was just Garth-Mod.
Was I?
Not.
I'm pretty sure I was there.
Oh, was
Yeah, I was there. But I was like, I sort of wanted you guys to finish the arc, not the arc, the chapter at level 3. But I also
That
recognize
makes
you guys are making great strides. But I'm like, what? Give level 3 right now? I found an interesting compromise. You guys can pick a singular feature from your level 3
I'm
ones.
submitted to that.
So you don't get the HP of level 3, and you don't get all the features of level 3. But you can pick one.
Oh,
I think it's a good. Yeah, because it's like a good like ramp up. Because we've been doing that, which I've been really enjoying. Because it's like it sort of means you're a bit out of your power level, but also like not really. But yeah, you guys pick a third level feature that is available to you, either from your subquest or main quest, and send it over to me, just so I have like a record of who's taking what. And mark that down your sheet. It is yours.
Yeah.
Hell
There'll be
yeah,
some
I'm gonna take
level
past
3
points.
Level 3 is a bit of a. It's not as full a power spec as level 5, but it's still very important.
Yeah.
Because it's when you begin leaving your apprentice levels. So, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Sure. I mean, I already can kind of summon my trusty mount. It just has a cost to it.
It has a cost, and you might not do it depending
Yeah.
if you roll badly. So,
You need advantage when you attack. If you your mount at least 20 feet this turn.
If that's us done, I'm gonna go to my bed.
Alright,
Good
Kirsten,
night.
have a good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
No,
Bye.
I mean, it looks like the obvious answer is hair trigger, so I'm gonna